Well, hello, true gardeners way over there. Bryce, come this way. Hello, you guys. We're in my backyard today, and we have got a few new treats I cannot wait to share with you. We brought in some cool little features into the garden. Some of them are a little bit of luxury. Some of them are just really cool little add-ons that you can find just about anywhere. But regardless, I think they're all going to make key features into the garden. So I'm going to walk you through and share them with you. I'll mention some maybe cold-tolerant material that you might want to substitute for that give you a similar look, but I cannot wait to share them with you, so let's jump right in. So while we're jumping in, please like and subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and then comment True Gardener down below so that we know you guys are there and you're true gardeners. We're gonna start with the very first group. So this is Heliconia. These are Pedro Ortiz. I'm gonna pop up the picture of what they look like when they're matured and grown in. I got two different varieties of Heliconia. Now the Pedro Ortiz is a very upright clumping Heliconia. So those of you guys who've seen the little guys and found out that they run and you never can get rid of them, that is not this. This is a nice clumping variety. It's going to really give me a nice bit of coverage right here. You can tell it's still a fairly young tree, so it's got some sunburn on it. That's all completely normal. That's all going to grow in and really adapt to its environment. Now, the Pedro Ortiz doesn't like the sun as much as the Rios. They can take full sun, but the Rios can take full sun. Regardless, a young plant with big leaves in a sun environment from a shade environment is going to burn a little bit. So that's just a little bit of tips on that for you guys in case you're going to do that in your garden. But they bloom a gorgeous flower, give you a tropical cluster, and really easy to maintain. On this guy, you trim it twice a year. You take out the pups that you don't want, and you can trim them with nice little felcos. So very, very easy to just get in here and nip what you don't want. But I think they're gonna make a nice vertical impact along this squatty tree here. So you guys know how I love to mix textures in the garden. This is gonna give me a whole different type of movement. So I've got this short, chunky, wide variety, big bowing trunks at the bottom. And then I've got some very vertical, very just almost like soldiers in the garden. Very vertical, very upright. Even when they're not in bloom, they're gonna give me that same kind of texture. And that's what I was looking, because there's very little things that you can do in a small space like this and still get such impact. So when that happens, it is gonna be like, hello, tropics. So typically Heliconia love to be in an environment just like this. We have a little bit of a wall option here. They're a little bit protected from the heaviest parts of the wind. So that's a great source. Now, Pedro Ortiz and Hot Rio Nights are more upright. They're more of an upright looking bamboo, so they can handle those kind of wind breaks much better than something like Lobster Claw and some of the other varieties. That's why I chose this variety, because even though this one is on a wall, my other ones that I have along the side of my house get a good decent amount of wind. That's going to be an area that I'm actually going to look for them to become the windbreak for the plants below them as things grow in. But when you plant them starting right off, you're going to want to get them from the store, whether they're this big or this big. You're going to want to put a bamboo in them. Just go ahead and purchase yourself a bamboo, stick it right through root ball of the tree, and get some of these nice handy dandy little straps. These are the best straps in the world. I used to only use these little landscape ribbons here and tie them off, but this digs into the plant and you can't readjust over time. When you have something that grows as fast as these bamboo, you want it to be able to be readjustable. You want to be able to just kind of take it right back off. Voila, just put it on just as you need. And it really holds up, can get wet, can really it's just one of my favorite little tools. I'm gonna stick that in my Amazon storefront. If you guys think about purchasing it, please check that out down below.
Hey you guys, Bryce here. I just wanted to pop this in real quick and ask if you could like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps show your support and keep these videos going. Also, if you're enjoying the video, please drop a true gardener in the comments. And if you're looking for any help with designing your space, or you have some questions, or you want a master plan created, or you even want a design and installation done, head over to our website. We have 3 short videos that break down our 3 services so you can see which option works best for you. In those videos, we'll go over pricing and locations for the state of Florida. And if you're looking for any products mentioned in this video, we have a link that takes you directly to our Amazon storefront where you should be able to find everything. And also, if you're looking to build your own plant palettes, we also have a link that takes you to our book that helps walk you through designing your own space. Thanks so much for your support, and let's get back to the video.
So in this, on this side area here, these are our Rio Nights. So this is a narrow area. My pool equipment is on one side, and I wanted a really tropical vibe. I'm gonna ask Bryce to pop up a picture of kind of my inspiration for this area. Yes, even landscape designers find inspiration for little areas of their garden to make sure that you're kind of really feeling this vibe before you start putting plants and trees in the ground. So my inspiration for this particular garden is going to be the Heliconia Rio Nights. These guys have a little bit more of a broader leaf than the Ortiz, and they're a little bit more sun tolerant. So you're gonna be able to get those rays as it matures. Now again, we're in a young plant. We've done the same thing with the bamboo and the strapping. It's doing really, really well. We've had some windy days, but what I love about this variety of Heliconia is that it holds up to those winds so much better than so many of the other varieties that kind of fall over and lean over, that you actually have to put more of a structured environment. So when these guys grow in, it will create a wall, a nice divider between me and my neighbor here, allowing me all of this room, this much room here to plant. Now, if I were to put something like a big hibiscus bush or even canna lilies or something like that, they're gonna encroach way out into this area. I wanted something that I could keep and trim very, very narrow here to give me that wall and give me plenty of room. So what I'm thinking about for this particular space here is having some Viera Alocasias. I'm thinking about having 2 right here, giving me plenty of room down below for some Aglaonemas or some fun other leafy products, because I'm gonna have the shade not only from these big giant leaves, but additional giant leaves here, and then some nice ground cover down below. And that's a lot of impact for a relatively small 4-foot section. They are our next new species in the garden. Look at what they're doing as a backdrop to these Christmas palms. Now, Christmas palms are all legs when they get this size, so I wanted some big leaf backdrops. Look at the size of this leaf. I mean, it's just, it's like longer than my arm. It is just so fun, so gorgeous. We're in a full sun environment. They're handling it like a champ. And I love this clustering back here. And I've got a grouping of 7. So they're wrapping the rear side of my waterfall back here. And I just think that they add a touch of something really cool. I love that I don't have to worry about during a cold snap. They're gonna be just fine. So you Niners out there, this is a great tropical feature to work with within your garden. These are very similar to one of my other favorites, which are the dwarf Alocasia, the dwarf elephant ear. Now, the dwarf elephant ear need more shade. These can handle more sun. And of course, these get much larger. So these are going to get into that 10 to 12 foot height, which are going to be ideal as these Christmas palms get all the way up into that 16 to 18 foot height. So I'm always going to have like a paddle leaf collection amongst them and the pygmy date palms that I've got in key areas. So that is the goal. If you're trying to really create a backdrop layering or backdrop buffer in any type of way, having things that are going to really layer together, that's really going to give you a long-term success. So these alocasias are going to be one of my favorites to incorporate into future designs, and I'm going to actually use them in many other sections of my gardens because I'm just so happy with how they hold up to the sun, how they hold up to the wind, and how they really just transform a space within just very, very little amount of room. And what I love to do is I love this giant leaf. I love the contrast that it gives. And anytime I have that, I'll pair it with something pretty spiky, next to it. That way you have a really nice mix of texture. And speaking of spiky, that leads us to our next item in the garden, which is the Coppernicia alba. Now, I think I maybe mentioned this in a previous video. It was just tied up, so you guys didn't get to see it in its glory, and it is still a baby. But I love this plant. I love this tree in the garden. I just think it does such a nice job of giving you a different frond. All these little divided little windmill fronds amongst all of these big fronds and big long weepy fronds of the bottle palms. I just really think that that kind of variation does something to really just draw your eye to this particular spot in the garden. And a little bit of the silver tone in it also adds a little bit of interest. I'll get Bryce to pop up a picture of what it looks like fully matured so you guys really get a chance to see it. But one benefit to this, because it grows so slow, you can place it in a spot just like this this more in forefront of the garden because it's not going to ever really overtake an area. It's really going to always be your forefront. It's going to be your accent. So wherever you place a Copernicia alba, make sure you place it where you can see it up close and personal because they do grow so darn slow. And when they do finally get some trunk to them and mature, you're definitely going to want to see that cool trunk and that cool canopy spread. So this is one of my favorites. More importantly, it is one of my husband's favorites in the garden. So we had to have one in our brand new garden back here. So Copernicia alba, check that out. Very cold tolerant. So for those diners out there, this really might work really well in your particular space. Mix it with some soft tropicals or some white birds of paradise or something big and leafy like that, and you will not be sorry. And to complement this little guy, we have got a big guy right behind me, one of my favorite palms, upcoming palms in the garden. This is the Cabada palm. The Cabada palm is a filler tree. So this is becoming a wall in the garden, giving some shade down here to my loqualas and all of the jungle flora over in this area. The Cabada palm kind of has a similar look to the Eureka palm. It is less maintenance, does not drop nearly as much. And the trunks on them, you guys, are stunning. They're a green trunk with a bright white caning all the way down. And the leaves on the canopies, I know it looks like this tree is very full, but they're very, very upright. So this tree can easily be maintained at a nice upright feel of 4 or 5 trunks, and the fronds kind of pull out and then curl down. Unlike an Eureka, which really widens out and becomes a very, very large tree, this tree can stay nice and vertical. So you almost can put this like on an open column area. You know, it can be really nice and upright and give you that type of look. I love Cabada palms. They can handle the full sun. They are a little cold sensitive, so you do have to be aware of that. But they are one of my favorite new trees in the garden for what they offer. Low maintenance, beautiful caning, gorgeous canopy, and offering some shade to some of my favorite trees in the garden. And lastly, and by far my favorite palm in the garden, I feel like I should never say that because they're all my favorites, but this one really is my favorite, is the Carpoxylon. Now, you guys know I have 2 of them. Both of them suffered some from the frost, but they are stunners in the garden. If you have a chance to get one and put it in a key area in your space, go ahead and do that because their trunk line is gorgeous and green. They have a cool bulbous little base at the bottom. Very, very strong, very, very healthy tree. And what I do love about them is how their frond canopy comes up and the crown just really folds down. So it's so graceful, it's so delicate, and you get a lot of frond for a small tree. Now, this is a very young version of that, but I needed something perfect for this spot. Now, because I lost some trees and some canopy coverage from the frost over here, it unfortunately left me pretty vulnerable in this area for sun coverage. So I needed something umbrella-wise here, which originally was my false agave that I moved to the front yard. And this Carpoxylon palm, as young as it is already offering me some filtered light. So if you guys have you're looking at your garden and you've got some key things and you realize they're just getting a little bit too much sun there, you may have to go across the street here and put something just perfectly here that's going to grow slow and really give you that kind of canopy effect or canopy coverage. What I didn't want to happen is to choose something that was going to give me so much coverage that I couldn't see from my favorite spot, which is in the kitchen. My dining room table is right there. It's where we really enjoy just about every meal if we're not outside. And so I wanted to be able to look out through that area and still see this section of the garden. This clearance right here and this open canopy here is offering coverage from the sun, but not coverage from my view line. So I have a nice direct path still leading to this, and it's doing one of those things that I love and I missed in my garden that I had lost. It's coming over top of me here. So as this tree continues to grow, it's gonna do that like Carpoxylons do. It's gonna pull out this way and curl down. And I'm gonna have this perfect little canopy as I walk on my pathway through this area. And then right above me, I have a spindle palm that you guys are directly under that's going to do the same thing as that canopy starts to pop out after frosting. damage. So you can see that things are coming together. And when you're building your garden, keep that in mind, you guys. Make sure that when you're creating a space that you're taking your plants and your trees and you're looking about how they're going to look now, but more so what they're going to create for you in the future. If you're looking for some canopy coverage over top of a walkway, pop those trees, the proper trees at different heights in those areas to create that for you. And that's what's so exciting about gardening, is because every time you get something new in, it changes your garden just a little bit at a time. Thank you guys so much for joining us on today's video. I hope that some of these plants and trees were right up your alley. I'll pop up a video on the screen that you may enjoy, but for now, you guys have a great weekend and take care.